So he got kidnapped, and he finally, after 6 months of being into capture, he passed. So they decided to kill 11 of them. I have to do triple the work. So I've been doing triple the work all my life. You cannot be a good mother, a good husband, a good everything, and then being the CEO of something.
Yeah.
It's something that is gonna compromise.
Welcome to Kasa Connect. Together we're exploring the journeys of entrepreneurs, creatives and change makers shaping the future. Today's guest is a definition of an all-rounder. Nathaly is a founder, a bikini model, a master's student and an architect. I'm so excited to have her on this episode of Kasa Connect. Welcome to Kasa Connect. It's such a pleasure to have you on this podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I think I want to begin with what's something that has happened in your childhood that has shaped who you are today?
Well, when I was a kid, my father was a politician, and being a politician in a South American country was not probably the right choice, the right career path. So he got kidnapped, and he finally, after 6 months of being into capture, he passed. So they decided to kill 11 of them. So it was very. It was just a wrong time. It was a bad time. So then I came to Europe, and I just wanted to, do better. I think that my mother was a really powerful woman of trying to make that choice, coming to Europe by herself with a kid. So yeah, it's always a good inspiration to look up to my mother.
Yeah, she seems like a powerful woman. I mean, it's not easy having your husband killed and having a young child. So when you moved to Europe, where did you move and what did your mom start doing?
So we moved to San Sebastian in Spain. So I have to learn Basque, which is the regional language from there. It took me so long. It was so horrible. I was crying going to the school. It was a very difficult language to learn. I don't know if you know in Spain we have different regional languages. We have Catalan, everyone knows probably. Yeah. We have Gallego, we have Valencian, and that's one of the main ones in the north of Spain. So then I moved there, and she started working in healthcare, and doing a nurse. So she did the whole course. She studied again and become a nurse.
She had zero healthcare experience before moving to Spain, and then you started your life there. Oh wow, that's amazing. Studied again. And growing up, what did you want to do and become after seeing your mom?
Well, I never have any idea. I was very bad at school. I was dyslexic. So dyslexia was I feel stupid the whole way in. I was I don't know.
I mean,
why.
but you managed to learn a very difficult language, and you spoke English at the time, right?
No,
you didn't.
No.
So you had to speak. And was it similar to what did you speak when you were in Latin America?
Spanish.
Okay.
Spanish, then Basque in the Basque country, and Spanish in the Basque country, and then I moved to France. So I learned French.
Wow.
And then I learned English when I was 20.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I learned
no,
English
but your
late.
English is so good for learning really late.
Very late.
Okay, so you had this kind of dyslexia issue. And how did that affect your mindset growing up?
I feel I have to do triple the work. Okay. I felt I was taken out of the class, and I felt very ashamed of not being able to follow the class. And I didn't understand why people they find really easy to read, and for me it was very difficult. And I was just spending more time, and then my mother at the time was pay me for extra classes, so I was able to do that and able to learn why it was so difficult for me. So I spent a lot more time. So that's kind of my perseverance and being able to put the work there. So I wanted to be as the same as my classmates, and I have to do triple the work. So I've been doing triple the work all my life.
Ever since it's really
which is good, because now I'm I feel it's just easy for me to do the work. I've just been doing it all my life. But I have to learn from I wanted to be the best of the class. In my master's right now, I am the first one in the class because I cannot be the second. Yeah. And even at work, I have to do more. I have to do more. I have to stay more. So it's always this kind of mindset with pushing it to the limit. And sometimes you just need to realize that it doesn't matter. You just don't have to. There's limit and there's a balance. Yeah. But as I told you, for me, it's I don't think that anyone would like to have the life that I am currently doing. But it's for a purpose.
What is your purpose?
My purpose is to probably later on building a consultancy firm when I can work in the welding architecture firms and helping them how to do BIM, the master that I'm doing right now.
Yeah. So to give some context to the listeners and the audience, you are an architect student.
Yes, I am.
And you're not only an architect student though. Let's flaunt your other accomplishments. You are a bikini model champion, and you also have a founders club. Okay.
Exactly.
So you've got like such diverse passions. I want to talk to you about how you started the founders club and why.
So I started with, I just met a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they are founders. They quit their job and then they decide I was just going to do something for myself. And I found different people in different industries that they will be nice to connect to. So it's like a matchmaking.
Okay.
It's matchmaking. So I put them together, I create an event, then another event, then another event. I start growing and people, they would just start joining. I would start meeting more people and telling them what I do. And
I love that. And I think that that's really aligned to why, you know, we also felt like we wanted to start meeting founders, talking to founders, sharing founder stories, because it's a whole different world. It's a whole different breed of humans, right? Have you ever noticed like founders have a different kind of mindset, right? What is that similarity that you found amongst the founders you speak to?
I think like some of them, I think that's something, it's like moving. And I love this word about like being delusional.
Delusional.
And I think that most of them they are, but you have to be able to be.
No, I agree, because like unlike, you know, working a job, you're not getting a stable paycheck. You don't know what your tomorrow looks like.
No.
You know, it's ups and downs and it's constant, you know, having to be determined and motivated.
And I think that is the stock market. It's very emotional. Like it's just ups and downs,
That's so true.
Yeah, and having your not being able to know when is the next step, when is the next paycheck, when I'm gonna get paid, how I'm gonna monetize this business is a really struggle.
And and you clearly have like a really strong mindset, because to be a bikini model and you know, do competitions as well, that is like, you know, you have to control your appetite, your food, your workouts. Tell me more about that and what inspired you to do that.
So as I said, like I was so having dyslexia, it really created grit for the beginning, and I felt that I was not good enough, so I wanted to be good enough, and then I just start going to the gym, and as everything, I just take it very seriously. So I start going to the gym, and then I start doing prep for 16 weeks. When you are with a personal trainer that is guiding you to do a lower calorie deficit, so then you're doing a ton of cardio. You're doing like 2 hours of cardio a day, and not eating much calories to be able to be on stage at looking that way. I mean, that way is not natural. Let's be honest. Going to a bodybuilding competition is not natural. But it's like you just put your body to the limit to be able to perform in that moment.
Do you feel like that has negatively affected you in any way, or was it mostly positive experience?
For me, it was fine because I have a good relationship with food. But I have seen so many people struggling with eating disorders just because of that.
And I know right now you're studying a master's in architecture, and of course you were telling me how it's like non-stop work as well. But you have big ambitions. You want to work on the line in Saudi Arabia. Tell us more about all the architectural kind of visions you have.
Well, in the vision board, right? All in the vision board. Now I'm working in the stadiums in Saudi Arabia. So I wanted to work in the BIM side, so doing a BIM coordination, BIM lead, BIM manager. So it's always going to be in the BIM role. And now my prediction is to work in the line. I mean, there's so many good projects happening. No, I don't think so that the line is the one. There's so many things happening. There's cities getting built in Saudi. And this project where I'm working at the moment is in Qiddiya, which is a city next to Riyadh. And it's going to be one of the main stadiums for the World Cup in 2035.
Oh, wow. In a relationship right now?
Yeah.
How did you meet? Tell me about that. Is he also a founder?
So he's I want to be a founder.
Aspiring founder.
Yeah. And he did like something in the past, which was trading as well, related to founders. He was working so much into his startup, and he just burned out. So I think, and then he quit and he decided to don't ever do it again. I think that he have his founder thing, but I think that sometimes you go all the way in and you need a balance.
need a balance.
Because otherwise you
I agree. I myself, I think 3 months into opening Kasa, I was burnt out. Like I went all the way in. Like I didn't stop. Like I think I was, so actually not many people know this. I was actually burnt out the day I opened Kasa because I tried to open it much quicker than I should have. So I was pushing the construction workers. I was pushing so hard. So like the 2 months before it was finished getting built, I was pushing so hard that I burnt out. And actually, if I did something differently, it would be to slow down.
Yeah, like find your process, and not everything needs to make sense. Not everything needs to be perfect, and sometimes you just want to do everything now today, and doesn't matter. Like things are gonna happen. We have our vision boards. We have our vision and what we want to be, and we are working every day. I was reading this quote this morning about that how do you walk 100,000 miles? You just start with 20, rest, sleep, and do it again next day. And this is exactly what it is. Like you just go, do the work, you go back, rest. And then go back.
And resting is so important because it helps you just work better. Do you mind sharing with us a day in your life?
Okay, so my day normally starts at 5.
Every single day?
Every single day, yeah.
Okay, and not the weekends, I hope?
And then the problem is like, because I wake up at 5 every weekday, on the weekends I cannot sleep.
Your body clock.
Yeah, and it's so bad. I get so annoyed. I'm like, why? Why today I can actually do something?
Yeah. Okay, so what do you do when you wake up at 5 a.m. every single day?
So I normally, what I do is like I go downstairs because I gym downstairs.
Yeah.
So I can start training. So I train at 5:30 to 6:30. And then I go up, and then normally I wake up my boyfriend at 7.
Yeah.
He always say that I wake him up earlier than 7, but I'm trying to. So I wake him at 7, and I usually make breakfast for him, and take a shower and cycle to work. So cycling to work takes me like half an hour.
Oh, wow.
So plus my workout.
Extra cardio.
Exactly. So it's like a very active morning. Then I start working, so I work 8 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
So then I work there, and then I come back home, and normally I work in my founders. So I have meetings, so I have like things that we want to work on, and with another girl that is helping me most of the time. So we go through the day and what we want to do in the founders, what we want to do next month.
Yeah, okay,
and
that's
planning
amazing. Where's your office located?
My office is in King's Cross.
Okay, nice. That's a nice area. And so tell me more about what you're doing with the Founders Club. So after you finish your architecture work, you go home, you do your Founders Club.
Yes.
I want to know exactly what the Founders Club mission is and more about that.
Yeah. So at the moment we are like, I think like it's just a growing phases of the founders I want to be more related to sports and mindset, and I just want the people to have a safe space to be able to ask questions and being able to interact between them. So so we always want to create like a platform or something that we can have those kind of documentation, those kind of like insights for founders to be able to go through it. Like if you have questions, and like maybe AI chatbots where you can ask things and then they can able to reply.
Yeah. And how many people are currently signed up to your Founders Club?
130, 35.
Okay, nice. And what kind of industries?
There varies a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of people quit a startup and start something different.
Yeah.
So it's always like it varies so much. What I see the most is like consultancy for companies. So consultancy in terms of like financial consultancy or connections or brand building.
Yeah.
And I just see more businesses that they are consultancy that actually location based.
Okay, nice. And you guys meet once a month, right?
Yeah, we meet once a month.
So what has been the most helpful thing to founders about being part of this club?
I think that they have a nice day. I can feel that people they are like, thank you so much for doing this. It's like a nice reaffirmation of what they've been thinking. I think a lot of founders, they are very lost in the journey. They don't know where to start, where to begin. And sometimes they go there, they ask another founder what they are doing and what is the path, what is their recommendation. And there's always someone has an idea in the mind, in the same room for you to be able to solve that problem. So it's nice to be able to, most of the time you just ruminate with the same problem. And when you go and you share it, maybe people, they give you a different perspective.
That's so true. Honestly, like meeting other founders is what's kept me like super like resilient and wanting to like every time I meet someone, hear their journey, it motivates me, you know? Like, okay, you know, everyone goes through hard times. They got out of it. I can do it. Like, I think it's a really beautiful thing when you're a founder to continue networking, meeting other founders, helping other people, because it always comes back to you.
It does. And I feel like we always have opportunities in the founders. You don't know when it's gonna come the next opportunity. Yeah. But we met so many nice people. We did like a meeting in Greenwich University. Now we don't know what is gonna happen, but we are talking with different people to do different things, and it just happens more and more.
You know, sometimes when you're like in that mindset where you're like always working, when you take a break, do you ever feel guilty about it?
I do, yes.
I'm asking you this because that's it used to happen to me, and I had to train myself that actually taking a break is normal.
I think like the relationships that you have, they are going to suffer.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like I was reading a lot about CEOs talking about those things, and you cannot be a good mother, a good husband, a good like everything, and then being the CEO of something.
Yeah.
Like it's something that is gonna compromise, and it's very sad to know.
Yeah.
But it's the reality. You cannot be perfect at everything. It's something that is gonna suffer.
I was actually watching the Emma Grede and Michelle Obama podcast, and she was saying the same thing, that you can't be everything, but you can choose your priority in certain stages. So like this month, I need to grind. The work's going to be my priority. But next month, you know, my kid has XYZ. I'm going to focus on my kid. So 100%. You can always, you know, be best at something but still do well in the other aspects. Yes. But yeah, like you said, so hard to constantly be the best at everything. And I think for like us women especially, because we do feel that sense of responsibility towards family, as well as now, you know, like unlike before, we all are more motivated and ambitious to create a career for ourselves. We constantly have pressure.
Yes.
And how do you feel like, because you mentioned you want a family, like, you know, you want to have a family soon. What do you think you're going to do with your career? Are you going to slow it down? What's your vision for that, managing that? And I'm asking you because, you know, eventually I'm going to be at that stage. And again, speaking to other people, it's good to understand.
Yeah. So I have like a notebook, like have a notepad of like what's my priorities. And that's very true. Like my first priority is my relationship with my partner. And I feel like this is what keep me alive. This is what is like, I want to build something with him. And this is like, if that's not there, like I would probably, if my family is not there,
he's your purpose. Like, you know, it's like love at the end of the day. Like love is like conquers all.
Exactly. And then like my work, and my work is very important to me. And I will, sometimes I have to tell him, look, today I can. And then he's going to tell me today I cannot. It's fine. Yeah. But, you know, like it's the base of everything. I would say my family and him. So building a family is going to be the same.
Yeah.
I think that my family is going to be my priority, and the rest is going to be my work. And things happen. You are like at the gym 24 hours, then you are doing this, doing that, and then like something happened, and then you are not doing meditation 3 hours a day. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like everything is aligned until it's not.
Yeah.
And then when your kid is sick, when something happened, you just need to solve the problem at the time.
In your whole journey, what's been your biggest challenge? That you feel like has really shaped you?
Knowing what I wanted. Okay. Knowing, having a goal. Like knowing, I feel like you can do everything, but you can do anything, but you cannot do everything.
Yeah.
And having a goal, like what I want to do and focus on that, is very difficult. I feel like you have the same thing.
I have the same thing. I have jumped from tax consulting to investment banking to fashion to cafe to this. Like I'm always like, there's just, I think it's for people who like a range of activities.
Exactly.
It's really hard to just pick one thing. You know, some people just know what they want to do. They grow up and they're like, I want to be a doctor. Yeah. And they're like committed to that mission. Whereas, I feel you, because like we spoke about this, right?
Yeah, and I felt like everyone I met, they're like, I would love to be an architect when I was a kid. I was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I just happened to be.
Do you feel like you have a goal now?
Yeah, I feel like I have a goal, and probably goal is family.
Okay.
Goal is family, and I would like to provide or be able to do everything for my family. So whatever I am doing is all for my family.
Yeah, I love that, and I love that you can openly say that, because I feel like nowadays, when I say like, there's going to be a time where I probably just want to prioritize my family, you get that criticism like, oh, you're not ambitious, you're not hardworking. It's just,
and it's nothing.
But you genuinely can't, like, as much as I want to be everything, and I try to be everything, you know, I try to spend time with my family, be there for them, I try to take care of the house, I try to take care of my work, I try to travel, be there for my friends, everything. There's a give and take, and you need to prioritize.
Exactly. And it's sometimes you cannot see your friends much.
Yeah.
And I love them. Like most of the relationships that I have, I don't see them much, and then we connect, and it's so great.
Yeah.
And we don't have pictures together. So we don't have to post it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't have that thing of like being able to post my friend or my friendship with someone.
Yeah.
I meet them. I have the most amazing connections.
I know you mentioned briefly before this conversation that it is still kind of male dominated in the founders world, right?
Yes.
So how are you finding your place in navigating that?
So I feel like founders in London is most of the time men. I understand why. Like I understand that it's a very risky position to be in, and probably women we just don't like that many risk. But I mean,
we are more risk averse as a gender.
Yes,
I think it's fair to say that. Yeah.
And I mean, like to be able to be a founder, you just need like something. And maybe some women they have it. They absolutely have it. And then when they have a goal, they go for it.
I think we can do everything.
We can do everything.
Yeah, that we set our mind to.
100%. I feel like women, I would prefer to do business with women, to be honest. But yeah, I feel like it's just a culture with men, and I think that it will change by time. Women, they will understand that you can be ambitious, you can build a family, and you can do both at the same time, the same way. And you just when something is suffering, just compensate with other things, having a priority list. And I don't think so that there is a problem for a girl being a founder.
Do you feel like you constantly have to prove yourself just because it's very male dominated and you want to just kind of stand out?
I did for a long time.
Yeah.
I did for a long time. And maybe in my work, I have to do it the most, like 3 times double.
Yeah, you mentioned that because of your dyslexia, and then on top of that, you're also, female.
Yeah. I feel that way, but it's not like that. I mean, I don't need to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah, so now you've reached that stage where you just feel like you own yourself.
And I think that was with my 30s.
Yeah.
That came with my 30s.
That came in your 30s. Can you tell me what you did to adopt that mindset of not needing to prove yourself to anyone and just that real, true confidence?
Yeah. I feel like I went for a really path of like being not self-aware about why I was doing this.
Yeah.
I was just compensating because of course not having a father, being able to wanted to do it more and more, and I just felt like I have to pay the bill when I met the guy and all these things, and I realized that I know who I am right now, and I know that I am worth. So it doesn't mean that I need to show that I am better.
Yeah.
So I am the best. I just don't need to do those things. I know that I am fine with who I am, and I know that I am capable of so many things that I don't need to put it out there and show people.
So you actually manifested your ideal man through a vision board, because we spoke about that. Tell me more about this, and tell me more about, using vision boards to get your dreams and goals.
Well, I didn't believe in this, right? When I saw these YouTube girls like talking about this, I was like, no, this is not actually happening. But what else I can do? I can try, right? I can give it a try. So I printed out like some pictures of people that I like and Pinterest or like Instagram and things, and I just put it out around. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna do a corner of like relationship, another corner of like fitness, and what I want to achieve later on. Investments. I have an investment portfolio. I got part of like shares of like 2 different companies. So I put it there, and then I want another of like what my life would like to look like. So this corner of like my partner, it was like a couple of influencers, and I just follow them. They don't have a lot of influencers, but I like them as a couple, and I just put them there. And actually, when I met my boyfriend, he came into my house, and then he looked at my vision board, and he was like, "Does this guy looks like me?" And I was like, very like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, crazy. I know that he does, but I was not thinking about this. Like,
I've heard so many crazy stories about vision boards. Like, really be careful what you put on there, because you literally
really be
you literally got
careful.
someone looking identical. And you said you met at like a public speaking course.
Yeah, we met at a public speaking course in central London, and we usually go there on Thursday and Saturdays. And he was there one time, and I saw him. I was like, oh, he's kind of cute, and I keep seeing him every Saturday. And then at some point, you just talk to people when you go to the bar after the public speaking, and then we give the Instagram, and then we keep in contact. But he was my friend.
Yeah. Why do you think vision boarding works?
Why I think it works?
What's the psychology behind it?
I feel like you just see it every day.
Yeah.
You see it every day, and then it's in your mind all the time. So you make the right decisions to be able to to come true. You have it like as a goal, and then when you have it as a goal, you just make the right decisions to be there.
You're like focused on it. Yeah, no, because my sister also, she has a vision board, and the office view she has right now is exactly the view of London that she'd put on a vision board when she was manifesting working in London. So no, I do believe in this stuff as well. I mean, and also if you don't, what do you have to lose to just try it and then talk to us about this, right? Like, it's
try because it's crazy, and I don't know. The fact that he looks like it was creepy. I didn't really plan it. I'm sorry, I didn't plan it.
Wow, that's crazy. And the other thing that I'm really interested about is your ability to like stay focused. Like you do so much, you get tasks done efficiently. Like you don't procrastinate as much as half of us do here. Like, what's your secret to that?
So I have a couple of things I do. One of the things is like, I am gonna sound so boring. I'm sorry. Meditation. Meditation is very good for like focusing on thoughts patterns and being able to have a really organized, not organized, but like kind of like know where your thoughts are.
How long do you meditate for?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So much.
And look, when you meditate, do you keep like a clear mind, or do you just let things run through?
I just see them all going crazy, and I'm like, oh, I'm crazy. And I just see them, and I just notice my thoughts, and I just let it go, and let them move, and I try to see the thoughts.
You close your eyes and you just
breathe into the thoughts, and they will go away. They always do. So I do that for 20 minutes, and then there are other things I do ice baths.
I want to do an ice bath.
They are so hard.
Every single day?
No, like once a week.
Once a week, okay.
So we go to the sauna, we relax, we prepare ourselves to the ice bath, we go into the ice, and that's a pain. That's like really, it just puts you into the crazy, I'm gonna die mindset. And then you have to be there into the ice. And then it does create this kind of, it's all like a mind game. Yeah. So it does create this kind of like reforms of like, I am going to pick, and I'm going to pick to stay here. It's nothing going to happen. I just decided to be here in this bath right now.
I'm amazed.
And then you just stay there for 2 minutes. And the other thing that I do is like the color book. So I have a color book, and then I take one pen and I write one corner and I just draw it, and I just finish the whole corner, and I have to keep finishing it, and then I take another pen and I finish the other one, and it really focusing into one task oriented. So I do the task, I finish, and I do another task and I finish. And I think that those color books is like, and it's really good for mindset and like relax the mind.
Yeah, I haven't really colored since I was a kid, and I remember when I used to color, I'm the kind of person who will like to do one part, then I'll get bored of that section, go to the other. So maybe this is what I need to do.
And you just need to focus on finishing.
Yeah.
Finishing the square, finishing the part.
I love that. You have so many diverse, range of things that you do. I love that. Do you think that it's important? Because I know I was having this conversation before, like, someone was telling me like, oh, you do too much. You need to just focus on one thing, be the best at it, continue in that thing, and like do that only. And that's the way to grow in your career.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. It's boring if you only do one thing. Yeah. And I feel like we are hyperachievers. We need like a bit of our distraction is a different kind of work.
Yeah.
I was reading about this book about range, and they talk about like the best athletes. They were doing tennis, running, and basketball, and then they become the best in one thing. So having range is very important.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. I read this book, and there was one guy just doing tennis, and he was doing tennis all his life, and he's the best. But there is another guys that they actually do so many sports and they actually do tennis as well, and they are the best in tennis. So I wouldn't say that it does hurt you in terms of like going to a career.
Yeah.
And me doing bodybuilding as a girl, me doing the founders, and me doing architecture, I don't think so. It does put me back. It actually helped me because it's like transferable skills.
Yeah. If there's a piece of advice from your journey that you can give our kind of listeners, what would you say? Because, you know, you've been through it all, you know, having your dad pass away when you were super young through like such a traumatic event, through your mum, like, you know, re-educating herself and becoming a nurse, to you know, learning a new language, you know, getting a new passport, because you told me you now have the Spanish passport, to coming to the UK. There's whole, like, you know, so much
struggle.
So I feel like you've got so much advice to offer.
I feel like if you want to do something, just do it. Like if you want to do something, like so many people, I feel like when they come to the founders, they're like, I don't have a startup, I have ideas. And I'm like, can I come to your place? I was like, yes. And this is the best state to you to be in, because you see people there doing it. So if you have something that you want to do, just do it. Like start doing it. Start from whatever. Just start doing something, like meeting people, even going to events. And I feel like I was in that state, like entrepreneur for so long, and it just takes slightly more to start doing things, and then things they roll together.
Yeah. What if someone's in a situation where they need the money, and then that's why they're in a job to earn the money, but they really have an idea and want to do something, but they are struggling to do both, and they are at this road.
Yes, I feel like there's many things that you can like accelerators apply. There's many people that they actually give money, and if you probably contact, I mean, I have like as well contacts in my founders that they actually, I mean, I just contact VCs with people with ideas, and they actually work together. So maybe if you don't have money, you can find a co-founder and like go together and work together through that process, and then go on raise fund. I mean, raising fund is not an easy job. That's why we as well advise in the Founders Club, and we have like our team doing that. But yeah, I mean, like it's many ways of doing it. I feel like as my mother came to this country without nothing and starting, I think that everyone that speaks this language can do it.
So what's unique about this podcast is that it's filmed in a cafe, right? So what's your go-to drink on a coffee break?
Flat white, flat white.
I love a flat white. That's my favorite. Very classic, very strong. I like it. And this podcast is all about connection. So, you know, how can the audience get in touch with you? And, you know, what's something that you'd want from them? Like,
well, I want them to join. It's for free.
Yeah.
We have a free community at the moment. We are just building a...
How do they join it?
Just with like through the Instagram.
Okay.
We have like a link there in our Instagram, and then you can just go apply. And we most of the time let people in, and you can come to our events and then meet really nice people, really mindset people. Like they probably going to get you to the next step. And for me, I'm thinking about opening as well in the UAE.
Yes.
So let's see. I mean, if next year we decided to move, as we are thinking about moving, so we can open our community there and have a lot more connections from the UAE and London.
Amazing.